Hello everyone, I'm here with another beatbox tutorial, and now I'm thinking I should invest in getting a mask, but I think this is like the ripped shirt from yesterday, like not yesterday, from last time. I think that's gonna do it. So, since I did snares last time, let's do basic sounds, and the basic sounds would be just the simplest things for beginners that you can learn, like the F sound, hi-hats. After that, I'm gonna answer the questions that you guys were asking me under the comments. I was making community posts, and when I was doing the community posts, I was asking you if you guys have some questions or some things that you want me to shed light on. First, and very beginner sounds, was the F hi-hat. We talked about it. I told you how to do it in the first tutorial. It's the hi-hat, and you can use it like instead of right? It's just another hi-hat, which is the F hi-hat. It's a very sharp F, you just say like F, but you just do it without your vocals, and you can do it without your lung power, so yeah, it doesn't work. Just do it with the air in your mouth. It's just in your lips, okay? Another thing would be basses, but very basic basses, not fucking, there's a lot that you can do with your throat. But now let's focus on very beginner ones. So the first one I would teach is the tongue bass. If you know how to roll your tongue, roll your R's, it's very easy, right? If you don't know how to do it, you basically have your tongue, you put it on the roof of your mouth, and you push air out. And your tongue should flop on the top palate. You can add pressure, or you can loosen it up, right? See, if I want to go very hollow, I do it on my lip, so you can roll your tongue on your like on the roof of your mouth, like, or on your lips. If I do OD bass, which is very hollow, I do it on the lip. So if I go like, you see, like I was going, but then it sounds very different. But we're gonna talk about OD bass later. Now just roll your tongue and go, or that's it. You can do it with the beat. Easy. We can do another bass with our lips. This is called lip oscillation. I remember with your lips you can do a lot of stuff. You can go, it's like doing a shh, but with like breathe out of your lips. Just let your lips flop. I think everyone can do it. You can just go like, like, but you make it longer, so it's a nice bass also. I use it when I say akabuga chikabuga. See? It's a very nice bass, and it's very simple. There's a lot of things you can do with lip oscillation. If you can clean it well enough, I don't have it that clean, you can do it with your vocals and go like, I'll put a video of Helium, for example, doing very clean lip oscillation. That's how you can do it. There's multiple of ways you can basically do lip oscillations and just kind of play around with your lips. For example, if I just go like, right? You go, or I don't know. You can think of a lot of stuff, just play around with it and have fun, right? Now another very basic sound that we can expand on would be, why is my nose showing? Hey, don't look at my nose. Now another very basic sound that we can later on expand on is this. Everyone can go. What you do is you put the tongue on the roof of your mouth and you do the click, and then the tongue smacks the bottom and goes up, like that, right? So we can break it down to two parts. Now if you can go, we're gonna break it. So first thing is the click. For the clicks, you can go. Some people use clicks very nicely and very powerfully. Then we can go to the second part of the sound, which is the clop. Just you don't do the first part of the and go. You just go the second, right? So what you need to do is bring up your tongue and just smack it on the bottom. At first, your tongue might not be strong enough to do a loud enough smack. When you practice it, you're gonna have the... Another very easy sound could be a hi-hat of tsch. Instead of t, we go tsch. Everyone knows how to do tsch, right? Like tsch. Right? Or if I go... You can just play around with them. So far, we have the tongue bass. We have the lip oscillation. You can do whatever you want with it. Then we have the more sounds, which is the... Play around with it as you want. Then we break it down to have the click. You can go... Right? Then we have the clops. And then... Nice. And the last thing I could put there is the K. What you do is just use the air and pressure in your throat and mouth to say K. But we're not doing the K snare like I was teaching before. We're using the thing that you do for like bigger than boots and cats, where you go boots and cats and boots and cats. The K. Make it powerful. Work on your k. Right? You hear that it's different. All I'm doing is just saying ko. It's the same position as saying boots and cats. Boots and cats. Like this. Boots and cats. Cats. Ka. You put away the vocals. And you make it less breathy and more pressure. It's like you don't use any breath anyway. Like you use no air even. It's just the pressure. Right? Yeah. So work on that to make it sound like that. And then you can go... Now for the fun part, and very important thing that you will need to learn as you beatbox, is hollowing your throat, okay? So, to hollow your throat, do this with me. Say, ah, like drop your tongue downward, like this whole thing, you drop it downward to make a sound of, from ah, ah. You see that my my neck is probably moving. Okay, so you're dropping, hollowing your throat. And now we can use all of the sounds with hollowing them, which is gonna big up your game a lot. So let's say we have a tongue bass. Right? So hollow the throat. Go, keep the position of like having it down there and go. It's fail over. Now if we take away all of the breath and just keep the pressure with hollowing the throat. That's how I do the OD bass. If you can do it, you're not using any breath, any air. It's just pressure in your throat. Hollowed. ah. That's it. So you can go. It sounds very different. It goes. I like I like hollow sounds. So it's the same. For example, for a lot of sounds, you can use hollowing your throat. If I go sub bass, which I was teaching in one of the VR chat videos. See? Not hollowed. Hollowed. It gives that little. It gives it that depth. Tongue bass. Hollow your throat. And it gives it that depth. Then we can do the audio bass, where we use just the pressure. If I do it without hollowing, okay, just the pressure of flopping the tongue with the air in your mouth. Now we hollow. It sounds very different. Now we go to the lip oscillation, and let's use just the air in our mouth to flop the lips. Just go. Just push the air out, but only in your mouth. So you go like that, right? But you did it with the tongue, not with your hands. So just do that. And now we go. We drop the throat, and we go. Wow! What? That's how Dragora goes. Oh my god, so many new things opened up by dropping your throat. Wow! Now, if we move to the next thing. What the hell? Now, if we take just the clop thing, where you have your bottom of your mouth and your tongue goes smack on it. Without the click on the stop, it just goes smack. So, that's what we are doing. Now, hollow your throat. Oh my god! Now, if you put your throat on the deepest position, hollow it as much as you can, and you go and bring it up slowly while doing the sound. Boom, boom, boom. Then it's very fun to just go. Wow! Right? Now, just one thing. I want to go back to the rolling of your tongue. Sometimes I use it with my falsetto voice. Fuck. Just go like high and roll. You probably heard me, if you listen to my videos, doing it with high voice. Break it down like a... Listen to the shit. We learned some basic sounds that you can practice and work on while trying some of them with your hollowed throat. See? Now let's try a funny thing. When you're eating an apple, for example, apple or something crunchy, eat it like with your mouth open and then hollow your throat. It goes. It's a really funny sound and it freaks people out. It's what I've been doing, but it's just a funny thing that I want to mention. But yeah, let's go with those sounds. Just implement them into your beats. I'm not gonna give you like patterns again, because I want you to just play around with whatever pattern and freestyle those sounds, or do your own beats out of it. I'm not gonna be giving you patterns and stuff for this, because this is just about the sounds, and you play around with them yourself and see what feels nicest for your mouth and what comes out of it, okay? Now there has been some questions that were... Oh my god, I opened World of Warcraft accidentally. Oh, that's the thing I do lately. Trying to see, would you... Hey, don't look at my nose.